Do you know what today is? Why, it's Horton Hears a Who Day. It's May 15th. Why is May 15th Horton Hears a Who Day? Let's find out. Would you like to find out?
I'd love to.
Let's do it. Horton Hears a Who. Here he is. There's Horton. On the 15th of May, in the jungle of Newell, in the heat of the day, in the cool of the pool, he was splashing, enjoying the jungle's great joys, when Horton the elephant heard a small noise. Did you hear it?
There it is.
So Horton stopped splashing. He looked toward the sound. That's funny, thought Horton. There's no one around. Then he heard it again, just a very faint yoop, as if some tiny person were asking for help. I'll help you, said Horton. But who are you? Where? He looked and he looked. He could see nothing there, but a small speck of dust blowing past through the air. I say, murmured Horton, I never heard tell of a small speck of dust that is able to yell. You know what I think? Why, I think that there must be someone on top of that small speck of dust. Some sort of creature of very small size, too small to be seen by an elephant's eyes. Some poor little person who's shaking with fear that he'll blow into a pool. He has no way to steer. I'll just have to save him because after all, a person's a person no matter how small. So gently and using the greatest of care, the elephant stretched his great trunk through the air and he lifted that dust speck and carried it over, and he placed it down safe on a very soft clover. There he is, so safely. Humph! Humphed a voice. 'Twas the sour kangaroo. And the young kangaroo in her pouch said, humph too. Why, that speck is as small as the head of a pin. A person on that? Why, there never has been. Believe me, said Horton, I tell you sincerely, my ears are quite keen and I hear them quite clearly. I know there's a person down there, and what's more, quite likely there's two, even three, even four. Quite likely a family for all that we know. A family with children just starting to grow. So please, Horton said, as a favor to me, try not to disturb them and just let them be. I think you're a fool, laughed the sour kangaroo. And the young kangaroo in her pouch said, me too. You're the biggest blame fool in the jungle of Newell. And the kangaroos plunged in the cool of the pool. What terrible splashing, the elephant frowned. I can't let my very small persons get drowned. I've got to protect them. I'm bigger than they. So he plucked up his clover and he hustled away. Through the high jungle treetops, the news quickly spread. He talks to a dust speck. He's out of his head. Just look at him walk with that speck on a flower. And Horton walked worrying almost an hour. Should I put the speck down? Horton thought with alarm. If I do, these small persons may come to great harm. I can't put it down, and I won't, after all. A person's a person, no matter how small. There he is, traveling through the jungle. Then Horton stopped walking. The speck voice was talking! The voice was so faint, he could just barely hear it. Speak up, please, said Horton. He put his ear near it.
My friend, came the voice. You're a very fine friend. You've helped all us folks on this dust speck. No end. You've saved all our houses, ceilings and floors. You've saved all our churches and grocery stores.
You mean? Horton gasped. You have buildings there too?
Oh yes, piped the voice. We must certainly do. I know, called the voice. I'm too small to be seen, but I'm the mayor of our town. That is friendly and clean. Our buildings to you would seem terribly small, but to us who aren't big, they are wonderfully tall. My town is called Whoville. I am a Who, and we Whos are all thankful and grateful for you.
And Horton called back to the mayor of the town. You're safe now. Don't worry. I won't let you down. But just as he spoke to the mayor of the speck, 3 big jungle monkeys climbed up Horton's neck. Look at them. Oh no. Poor Horton. The Wickersham brothers came shouting, "What rot! The elephant's talking to who's? Who are not? There aren't any who's, and they don't have a mayor. And we're going to stop all this nonsense. So there!" They snatched Horton's clover. They carried it off to the black-bottomed eagle named Vladikov, a mighty strong eagle of very swift wing. And they said, "Will you kindly get rid of this thing?" And before the poor elephant could even speak, the eagle flew off with the flower in his beak. All that late afternoon and far into night, that black-bottomed bird flapped his wings in fast flight, while Horton chased after with groans over stones, and tattered his toenails and battered his bones, and begged, "Please don't harm all my little folks who have as much right to live us as we bigger folks do." But far, far beyond him, that eagle kept flapping, and over his shoulder called back, "Quit your yapping! I'll fly the night through. I'm a bird, I don't mind. And I'll hide this tomorrow where you'll never find." The night sky, there is Vlad. And look who's chasing after him. Faithful Horton. At 6:56 the next morning, he did it. It sure was a terrible place that he hid it. He let that small clover drop somewhere inside of a great patch of clovers 100 miles wide. Look here. There he is, he's dropping it with all those flowers. "Find that," sneered the bird, "but I think you will fail." And he left with a flip of his black-bottomed tail. "I'll find find it, cried Horton. I'll find it or bust. I shall find my friends on my small speck of dust. And clover by clover by clover with care, he picked up and he searched them and he called, "Are you there?" But clover by clover by clover he found that one that he sought for was just not around. And by noon, poor old Horton, more dead than alive, had picked, searched, and piled up 9,005. Good Horton, trying to find his poor clover. Then, on through the afternoon, hour after hour, till he found them at last, on the 3,000,000th flower. "My friends," cried the elephants, "tell me, do tell, are you safe? Are you sound? Are you whole? Are you well?" From down on the speck came the voice of the mayor.
"We really had trouble, much more than our share. When that black-bottomed birdie let go and we dropped, we landed so hard that our clocks have all stopped. Our teapots are broken, our rocking chairs are smashed, and our bicycle tires all blew up when we crashed. So Horton, please," pleaded the voice of the mayor, "will you stick by us while we're making repairs?"
"Of course," Horton answered, "of course I will stick. I'll stick by you small folks through thin and through thick." And there they are. Oh, try all their broken things. Uh-oh, here comes somebody. "Humph!" humphed a voice. "For almost 2 days you've run wild and insisted on chatting with persons who never existed. Such carrying-ons in our peaceable jungle? We've had quite enough of your bellowing bungle. And I'm here to state," snapped the big kangaroo, "that your silly nonsensical game is all through." And the young kangaroo in her pouch said, "Me too." With the help of the Wickersham brothers and dozens of Wickersham uncles and Wickersham cousins and Wickersham in-laws whose help I've engaged, you're going to be roped. You're going to be caged. And as for your dust speck, ha! That we will boil in steaming hot kettle of bezelnut oil. "Boil it," gasped Horton. "Oh, that you can't do. It's all full of persons. They'll prove it to you." And all the Wickershams. Oh. "Mr. Mayor! Mr. Mayor!" Horton called. "Mr. Mayor! You've got to prove now that you really are there. So call a big meeting, get everyone out, make every who holler, make every who shout, make every who scream. If you don't, every who is going to end up in bezelnut stew." Here's him yelling to the mayor. Quick, get them all out. And down on the dust speck, the scared little mayor, who called a big Whoville town square. And his people cried loudly, they cried out in fear.
"We are here! We are here! We are here! We are here!"
Here they are. They're all crying out, "We are here! We're here!" The elephant smiled. "That was clear as a bell. You kangaroos surely heard that very well. All I heard, snapped the big kangaroo, was the breeze and a faint sound of wind through the far distant trees. I heard no small voices, and you didn't either. And the young kangaroo in her pouch said, "Me neither." Here we go. "Grab him!" they shouted, "and cage that big dope. Lasso his stomach with 10 miles of rope. Tie the knots tight so he'll never shake loose. Then dunk that dumb speck in bezelnut juice." Horton fought back with great vigor and vim, but the Wickersham gang was too many for him. They beat him, they mauled him, they started to haul him into his cage. But he managed to call to the mayor, "Don't give up, I believe in you all. A person's a person, no matter how small. And you very small persons will not have to die if you make yourselves heard. So come on now and try." Here they are, they're trying to cage him. And he's yelling to the mayor. The mayor grabbed a tom-tom. He started to smack it. And all over Whoville, they whooped up a racket. They rattled tin kettles, they beat the brass pans on garbage pail tops and old cranberry cans. And they blew on bazookas and blasted great toots on clarinets, oompas, boompas, and flutes. There you go, there's your oompas, boompas, and flutes, and all those cranberry cans that I kept saying. Got lost in the book, guys. Great gusts of loud racket rang high through the air. They rattled and shook the whole sky, and the mayor called up through the howling mad hullabaloo, "Hey, Horton, how's..." Ooh, I'm sorry, wait, that's your line.
"Hey, Horton, how's this? Is our sound coming through?"
And Horton called back, "I can hear you just fine, but the kangaroo's ears aren't as strong as mine. They don't hear a thing. Are you sure all your boys are doing their best? They're all making noise? Are you sure every who down in Whoville is working? Quick, look through your town. Is there anyone shirking?" There it is, there it is. Oh my goodness. Oh, the sound flying through. Through the town rushed the mayor from the east to the west, but everyone seemed to be doing their best. Everyone seemed to be yapping or yipping. Everyone seemed to be beeping or bipping. But it wasn't enough. All the ruckus and roar. He had to find someone to help make more. He raced through each building. He searched floor to floor. There goes the mayor, searching, searching, searching. And just as he felt he was getting nowhere and almost about to give up in despair, he suddenly burst through a door, and that mayor discovered one shirker quite hidden away in Fairfax Apartments, apartment 12J. A very small shirker named Jojo was just standing and bouncing a yo-yo, not making a sound, not a yip, not a chirp. And the mayor rushed inside and he grabbed the young twerp. There he is, he found him. And he climbed with the lad up Eiffelberg Tower.
"This," cried the mayor, is your town's darkest hour. The time for all who's who have blood that is red to come to their aid of their country. He said, "We've got to make noises in greater amounts, so open your mouth, lad, for every voice counts."
Thus he spoke as he climbed. When they got to the top, the lad cleared his throat. And he shouted out,
Yup!
and that yop, that small extra yop, put it over. Finally, at last, from that speck on that clover. Their voices were heard. They rang out clear and clean, and the elephant smiled. Do you see what I mean? They prove they are persons, no matter how small, and their whole world was saved by the smallest of all. How true. Yes, how true, said the big kangaroo. And from now on, you know what I'm planning to do? From now on, I'm going to protect them with you. And the young kangaroo said, me too. From sun in summer, from rain when it's fallish, I'm going to protect them, no matter how smallish. There they go, protecting their clover. Well guys, happy 15th of May. Horton heard a hoo, and I hope you do too. Bye.